Here we go with the Turkish Getup. This is a great shoulder and core stability exercise, and it utilizes your entire body, upper and lower body and core. So just a great total body exercise for you. So in this video, you're just going to see me go through tons of repetitions on both sides of my body and just from several different angles. So really just a good tutorial on the basic Turkish Getup. And there's all kinds of variations, but this is just the basic variation. This is what you should start with if you've never tried the Turkish Getup. So if you need to increase just your overall coordination in your body, your shoulder strength, stability, and your core stability, this is an excellent exercise for it. So I will walk you through on the next portion. So here we go. We're always starting in the fetal position. That's just a safe position. I roll back, extend, my opposite leg straightens. I hip thrust, pull to a kneeling position, square up to the front, stand up. Now I'm reversing. Reverse lunge, pivot the knee, hand down laterally, sit through, elbow and back. Then I recover, come back to the fetal position. That's your start position and stop position. So again, from the back, you can see how I need a really hip thrust to pull my leg through to get to that kneeling position before I stand up. And again, the reason why you go through this sequence of movements is to create leverage, because as the weight gets heavier, you can't just get up any way you like. You see me press my foot into the ground and get up laterally to my elbow, then sitting position. I hip thrust to clear space for my leg to come through. I square up, stand up, then I'm reversing. So reverse lunge, swivel the knee, hand down to the ground laterally, sit through, elbow and back. So I'm in that start and stop position. I recover and pull back to this fetal position. So again, same thing just on the other side, but you can see it from this backwards position here. So it's a really, you can, watching this video from different angles, you'll notice that I'm getting up at angles. I'm not getting up straight, and you're coming down in angles. So that's where this movement or exercise can become complicated if it's your first time doing it, or maybe it was just never explained to you very well. But you go through each position for a reason. If the weight is light, you can just get up however you want. But if the weight starts getting heavier, you need to go through these sequential positions so that you maintain leverage for safety. Also, if I'm going too quickly through these repetitions, at 4 minutes and 30 seconds in this video, it goes through slow motion. So for the remainder of the video, it'll be through slow motion. So if these repetitions are too quick, just wait or forward to 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and that portion of the video is all in slow motion. So it's the same thing. I'm just going through the sequence again, but way slower. And again, as you see me go through the repetitions at different angles, different camera angles, you can see how my body is not coming up in a sagittal plane or a forward plane. I'm using angles all the time to create leverage. And that's important when you're using a really heavy weight. That's a 50-pound kettlebell. That's 1/3 of my own body weight. So pretty heavy for holding in one arm. And again, whenever you're doing this and you're new to something, always start very light just to get the sequence down. And then you build strength over time. Also, this can be done with a dumbbell. You don't have to use a kettlebell if you don't have one or it's hurting your hand. All right, so now we've hit the slow motion portion. So just going through reps very slowly. If you're new to the Turkish Getup, this portion of the video will probably be really beneficial for you to watch a couple times, because you can see the angles that I'm getting up at, right? And there's always micro adjustments. I'm not just keeping my hand in the same place all the time. I might need to readjust it as I get up and down. And my free arm, the one not holding the weight, is like my counterbalance to help me stabilize as I move, right? So really use that to reach out, reach to the side, reach to the front to help stabilize your whole body. So you see that swivel on the knee after my lunge, very important. That creates the space in my hips so that I can like sit my foot to the ground without running into my other leg. That knee swivel pivot is a very important step that I see a lot of people miss when they're new, and they end up just like running into their own leg and then kind of falling down to the ground, which with a really heavy weight is just unsafe. So always recovering the kettlebell with your other hand as you pull it back to the fetal position. I also see a lot of people, when the arm's extended and they're laying down, they just let it fall to the ground. That's very dangerous. One, you could maybe land on your own face, or it's just bad for your rotator cuff, especially if you have kind of weak shoulders and you're doing this exercise to build shoulder strength. Also, you see as I extended my arm with the kettlebell, it was not sitting very comfortably on my forearm, so I used my free arm to kind of adjust it before beginning the exercise. Completely fine to do. You don't want to be uncomfortable during this exercise. And when a lot of people are new to this exercise, I have them use just a dumbbell instead of a kettlebell, because as the kettlebell gets really heavy, it can be pretty uncomfortable if you're not used to working with kettlebells on your forearm or on your wrist when you're holding it in that position. So it's just something to think about. You don't have to use a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, just use a dumbbell. Completely fine. But all the same steps will apply. So that reverse lunge, again, this is a really good angle to see it from. Watch me swivel on that knee. And again, that just opens my hips as I laterally bend to put my hand on the ground. I don't go backwards, I don't go forward, I laterally bend. And that gives me the space to sit my leg through of the knee that's on the ground. Again, readjust your hand position if you feel like you're not totally stable. So that gave me the space to sit my leg through without running into my other leg. And then I just lower down to my elbow, then to my back. So very good angle to kind of see that transition. Again, always cover with your second hand, pull it to you with control, and then you'll roll over into the fetal position to then switch sides. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions about this or if I can clarify anything. Hopefully this video helped you if you're new to the Turkish Getup, or if you just need to clean up your details. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, I hope you enjoy the video.